Now, we have to get to the other subject, which is very, very testy for everybody here, which is the Obama situation. But before we do that, we have to announce the Emmy nominations today. What is that?
I think
that's a joke. I see. But my nominee for Outstanding Drama Series goes to Senator Obama versus Reverend+wright.
Oh, they wrote a joke, and you didn't read it ahead of time.
That's right. That's right. Because if I'm going to do a joke, I will do a joke.
Yeah,
this to me is not a joke and matter, so I'm a little surprised by it, but I'm cool with it.
Heads will roll.
But Obama was upset yesterday. He was upset, and he called Reverend+wright divisive and destructive. And Reverend+wright is not backing down, of course. But why is Obama taking all the heat while Hillary's mistakes and McCain's mistakes have been sort of, we all said, yes, you made a mistake. Okay, you're fine, you're fine. He said, I made an error in judgment. I got away from the man. Then he disappeared.
He sort of got away from the man.
No, he didn't. He got away from the man. He said, I'm no longer going to that church, and he didn't.
He did not just
Elisabeth.
He did it.
Elisabeth, do you have to so now there is specific, you said to him he needs to distance himself from Reverend+wright.
No, I thought he should have a long time ago. I thought he should have 20 years ago.
But when he did it, you weren't satisfied. You wanted it. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just talking to you though.
I know, but you asked me a question. I answered the question.
I don't know what the question was. But I'm simply saying that yesterday he once again came out and said, I don't subscribe to what this man says. I don't believe that his beliefs reflect mine. Now, you say, and I say to you, okay, should I think of John McCain as a racist because 20 years ago he didn't see the value in making Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday a holiday, and then 16 years later, or however many years later, he says, you know what, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Should I think to myself, oh, now are you a closet racist? Because at one time you said, gee, you know, the flag, that Southern flag, the Confederate flag is a terrible, terrible thing. And now you're saying, oh, you know, it's a part of history. Should I be questioning that? No. Because he said, you can, but let me just finish the thing. Because he's made these assertions, as have all of our candidates. We have all seen, Jerry Falwell said that the towers came down because of gay folks and, you know, the lesbians. And we said, you know, that's terrible. And it played on the TV for 2 days, and then it was gone. This Reverend+wright thing has lasted and lasted and lasted. And I think it's because they couldn't find another way to get to Obama and scare people.
Or is it that Reverend+wright keeps coming out, so that's why we're still talking about it? Here's my issue with it, okay? My problem is, and I find it almost hysterical, and I don't agree with anything that Reverend+wright has said thus far that we've heard, except for the fact that I sort of understand why he's so ticked at Obama, because for 20 years, these two were tight, and now all of a sudden that's not cool with the polls in America that they were tight and that Reverend+wright was his spiritual advisor. Obama decides to, all of a sudden, push himself aside. It wasn't, hang on, no, because it wasn't when Reverend+wright said that we got what we deserved on 9/11. It wasn't when he said chickens came home to roost.
If that's the truth, why is it good?
Finish. I let you finish.
I know, but then now you talked over me.
It wasn't when.
Well, say something.
I can't get in the conversation.
It wasn't when he said that.
There has to be a period at somebody's sentence.
It wasn't when he said that the white man infected the black man with AIDS that got Obama ticked off. No, he waited until Reverend+wright said, oh, he's acting like a politician, and then that ticked Obama off. Now that it's personal with Obama, he's so full of himself that it's not until the attack got personal that he decided to
you were looking for something and you found it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that Reverend+wright might be being paid by the Republicans.
You know, for me,
he's on the payroll.
For me, I really respected Obama when he said, I cannot disown this man. This is a friend of mine. I absolutely respected that. If you looked at Obama's face when he said, this is over, he looked so hurt. To me,
didn't he?
I thought he looked so hurt. He did not want to do this. I think I'm a little bit just, you know, what Wright has done. I thought, you know, I thought it was a pride thing that he came out and said this, and I just feel very badly. A friendship has been torn. I don't feel he's full of himself at all.
Lack of judgment.
Look, the guy
right?
comes out. Obama comes out and he says, you know, this was my spiritual advisor. He's like an uncle, and I can't disown him completely. He's like a family member, although I disagree with what he said. Right. This other one, Jeremiah, with the egos the size of Australia, comes out and says, oh, that was a political remark. Now, that was not a political remark. That was, you know, that was a very nice thing that he did, actually. He didn't disown his sort of uncle, the guy who baptized his kids, and etc. And now this one says it's political. Well, that's very cynical.
It is political because when Barack Obama decided to run for president, and at the invocation was originally going to have Reverend Wright give the blessing, he thought, oh, too heavy for America. Why don't you just pray with me downstairs undercover, and I'll keep you hidden a little bit, and then I'll go out and talk to the people.
Is it political to wear a flag pin when you really don't give a damn? Is that political? A lot of things are political. We're in a political year. People are running for president. To sabotage the first black American who's at this point is outrageous to me. It's outrageous. And the reason...
Well, then it's lack of judgment.
Can I finish one more thing? This Reverend Hagee, who endorsed McCain, he says all hurricanes are acts of God because God controls the heavens. Really? I believe that New Orleans had a level of sin that was offensive to God. Blame the people in New Orleans. And they were recipients of the judgment of God for that. There was going to be a homosexual parade there on the Monday that Katrina came, says this nut job.
He supports McCain.
This nut job is endorsing McCain.
That has nothing to do with McCain.
And if I may,
Someone supporting you is not the same as you choosing them for 20 years, time and time and time again.
John McCain went to the university that Jerry Falwell runs after saying that Jerry Falwell was an agent of intolerance. Right. Okay, he delivered the commencement address Saturday at Falwell's Liberty University and vigorously defended his support for the war while saying opponents have a moral duty to challenge the wisdom of conflict that has exacted a huge toll in the nation.
Is that political or not?
It's all political. It's all political.
Right. So when do we get back to what do you think about tax hikes? What are you going to do about the gas? Okay, we know what Wright is doing. We know what this guy's doing.
Why didn't Obama say it?
Why didn't Obama say what?
He had an opportunity last night.
He's too busy defending himself.
He doesn't have to. He can choose.
Yes, we're in.
He can choose.
But in any case, we have to. Yes, we did. But we have to get to Mark D'Agostino. Hi, Mark.